I just got rubber bands put on my braces, and now I can't open my mouth anymore. You see, a while back on my Minecraft server Conquest SMP, which you can join by the way, links in the description, I made a custom currency because usually currencies would be made of just diamonds, and people would be able to just go mining and get an unlimited supply of them. So I made these Conquest diamonds, these custom ones that are non-renewable. That way we could curb inflation. And it did initially crash the economy with deflation, but then it bounced back. And so now people are buying, they're selling, they got shops. So I thought, why not boost the economy even more by making a stock exchange? Really, the only reason I want to make a stock exchange is because I think it'd be funny, and naturally, because I'm a builder, I don't actually have any idea how a stock market works, but I do know what the building is going to look like, and it's going to go up on top of this hill. It's going to be right here, it's going to look pretty nice, and it's going to be, you know, maybe barely Viking. It's going to be more of a, maybe 1,000 years forward in history, but it's going to go here and it's going to be beautiful. So let's build it right now. Observe the stock exchange building. It's a pretty interesting building, and there's actually quite a few things for me to say about it. Firstly, you might notice that it is built on a little bit of an angle. Now, this isn't angled for no reason. It's actually angled so that you can see the church from all the way down here. So you can see it looks like it's kind of desperately leaning out of the way so that you can see the church, which is exactly what it's doing, because I don't want this view to be blocked. This road goes all the way down to the entrance, and this church is meant to be kind of the highlight of the entire city. And this has been planned from the beginning. First time I've ever done anything like this, so that's why it is angled. It gives it a nice look. It always allows for you to put less detail in, actually, so it's kind of almost a cheat sometimes. But this one, it still has a decent bit of detail. It's got some ornaments on this facade, like these little band things. I'm not quite sure what you'd call them. And it has that Viking 2-arch window up there. It's not like particularly Viking, it actually comes from later Norwegian buildings, but I put it on some buildings here, like this one. You can see it's there, and it's present in some other areas as well. That's really the only Viking thing about this. The rest of that, I mean, if you look at it, it looks kind of like a medieval house from any other time period. So not necessarily Viking, but I think it looks pretty cool. You might also notice that it's made of spruce. Actually, you probably didn't notice it's made of spruce because everything over here is made of spruce. But I swear, this is the last spruce building I'm going to build for a while because I want to get some color in here. The only reason this one isn't colorful is because if it was colorful, this church would basically become invisible because it's really dark. And then there's a really colorful thing here. Your eye would be drawn to it. So it's pretty neutral that way. The church remains a fairly integral part of this area. You're not just going to be spending all your time looking at the stock exchange. Other than the angle, though, there's not really anything special about it. It's a pretty standard building that I would make now. Most of them are kind of done in this style, although it does have a bit of a frame, which I haven't been doing for a while. I did that because it needed a little bit more contrast. Now, moving on to the inside, we will find the actual stock exchange. Now, I have taken the time to work out a proper system for the stock exchange, and I wrote it all down here. This is a really long book that no one's going to read, so I actually put a table of contents in it. That's how long and complicated this is. There's a table of contents. Where is it? Here. Look at that. That's crazy. Basically, the most simple explanation is you can buy a share, and that will give you 1 out of every 32 diamonds. There's only one type of share, and that's 1/32 fraction stock, so you'll get 1 out of every 32 diamonds the company makes. The unfortunate thing for people selling shares is that now they have to do accounting because they have to keep track of how much money they make and how much money they have to pay their shareholders. But there's also a system to pay out shareholders, and you can set up a box here and sell shares that you buy or make yourself. It's kind of based on the honor system. I hope people don't ever forge shares, but it's probably going to happen eventually. So this system here is, of course, also to make me money because you have to rent a box and put money in here. So I'm going to make a little bit of money off of this business venture, but also there's some more stuff to see up here. This is the meeting room. I think this place looks really cool. It's not really crazy. There's not much going on in here, but It looks like a little bit of an 1800s gallery, a dining room. I don't know what you'd call this, but look at the ceiling. It's using smithing tables. How many people have you seen use smithing tables for a roof? Probably only one, and that's Bdubs, because he's used about every block in the game for everything you could use them for. But we've also got some white chairs with these stone slabs, probably not very comfortable, but they look just distinguished. This whole area, it looks distinguished. I like it. And of course, there's some shields on the wall. That's the only Viking thing here, and I did that because I felt bad about having this whole room just to have no reason to be in a Viking city. I mean, really, that's what half the things in this city are. They're not really Viking. They just look kind of medieval. And yeah, this is one of them as well. There's also a table here, a side table for people who are more distinguished and are not going to be engaging in the banter that goes on this table. I'm sure there will be plenty of arguing and violence in the future. And that's everything there is to know about this stock exchange building. Isn't it nice? Just look at it. It's cool. This is like, the city here is finally turning into a city. There's now a skyline. Like, if you look down here, there's this big old row of houses, and I think it looks so cool. I forgot to mention, there's a roof ornament up there, which is another Viking feature. You'll see it on this one, and on that one over there, except that one is a little bigger. Meanwhile, it took me so long to build a stock exchange that I got a new skin. Don't you think it looks pretty cool? I have a cape instead of the fur. I felt like my previous skin looked like I had pajamas on, so this one is a little bit better, and I think it definitely looks more medieval. I think it's really cool, and I like it. Also, what the heck is this bee doing here? I didn't put this here, but it's been here for a while, and I haven't got around to taking it down. It's been sitting here. Like, what? Why is there a bee here? Apparently, they're also everywhere. Like, if you go to Borg or any of the other cities, you'll find them. Even in the most remote of places, you'll find these bees. They're everywhere. It's very strange. Also, Halloween has came and went, and I took the opportunity on Halloween, or actually the day before Halloween, because that's when the pumpkin skeletons started spawning. I took that opportunity to go find some and capture some. That way we can sell them on the black market and make a little bit more extra money. So then I went out into the wilderness and looked for some jack-o'-lantern pumpkins and skeletons. I didn't end up getting any of the rare ones, which I was looking for. I only got the regular versions. The skeletons have a weird problem where since they shoot arrows, they don't actually chase you. They just move backwards. And so if I ever tried to put a boat in front of them, they would just walk backwards and they'd never go in it. So I put the boats behind them and I got maybe one, I think. It was kind of terrible and didn't work nearly as well as I thought it would. Hopefully I'll be able to transport and sell those skeletons without them all dying so that I can make some profit. But also, in the meantime, we have gotten the new update, the Copper Age, which is pretty cool. And I have in here created this guy. His name is Oscar. I don't know, it felt like a good robot name, so his name is Oscar. He's a clanker, and he just sits here and he opens this and he looks around. But I'm never gonna put anything in there. You know why? He's too freaking short, and he can't access the top chest. So he just wanders around aimlessly. He's the most useless robot I've ever gotten, but I kind of like him. He's just just hangs around. He's fun. I just caught this guy here. I'm gonna be honest. I think he's a little late to the party because it's the 4th. Yeah, I don't know how he's managed to survive for 4 days just wandering around here. And I just saw him and I put him in this boat. Maybe he'll be worth something somehow to someone. On the day before Halloween, I actually had a Halloween event inside this terrifying carved pumpkin, which I've built in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And we had this parkour event where I tortured my friends by having them go into this deep underground chamber and endure some of the most painful and horrific trials known to Minecraft. That's right, parkour. They had to jump across all this and jump across those cactuses, which is a valid word, by the way. Cactuses is a real word. And they had to get to the end, to the mansion, which is funny because the mansion was the parkour thing that I had done last year on Halloween, and people kind of liked it, but also kind of hated it because it was torture, and you could gamble by pressing a button that would give you a 50-50% chance of getting a token or falling into lava. And this, I brought back the horrible memories for them with this. But the tragedy is that I forgot to record Discord audio, so the footage is mostly useless. But here's some video clips of it. I hope this is bringing back some PTSD to your times at the mansion. Yeah, shame nothing really much came of that because I didn't record the audio. But what's funny is that I actually did this exact same thing like 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe not 4 years ago, but years and years ago. I had a very similar pumpkin where I also did parkour and I made them parkour against each other. And I also didn't record Discord audio. That's why there's no such footage that exists of it anymore. This pumpkin, I'm pretty darn sure, is actually cursed. I don't think I will ever successfully record this pumpkin. Maybe I'm not even recording right now. As it turns out, I was recording over there at the secret evil pumpkin in the middle of the wilderness. He's being generous right now, but I'm sure next year there will be plenty more problems to come. Also, I want to mention that the copper cape is not the rarest cape anymore that I own because the MCC 15 year is still rare, and it turns out people were just taking a while to claim their capes, so there's actually more of them now, and that's, yeah, that sucks. Anyway, today we have built this wonderful stock exchange. Hopefully some people will buy. I will try to coerce some people to buy and sell soon, but that's something I'll do off camera because editing is hard. If you like this video, maybe you should subscribe to me right now and smash the like button. Also, you might consider joining my Minecraft server, Conquest SMP. You can join and play Minecraft with me right here. You can invest in the stock market if you click the link in the description and join my server. I know there's probably only one person watching right now, but I'm telling you, you gotta join because it's gonna change your life. For the better? Who knows, maybe. Also, there's a chance I might be streaming on Twitch soon. Like that means anything to you, you probably won't see it. But that's all I have to say, so bye.